Hello everybody, welcome back to Modern Meta Matchups, and before we get to today's matchup, just want to take a brief second to let you guys know about the tournament that we're going to be holding throughout the entire month of September. Every week we are going to have a different gameplay video, so more videos for you guys, more content, hopefully you guys enjoy it. You'll be able to find out more information on this next week, August 31st, we will be dropping a trailer, nice short little video that will tell you more about what you can expect. And for today's episode, we've got two great decks. We've got Control, we've got Indomitable Creativity. I'm gonna be playing Control, so similar to what you've seen in the past out of Control, we've got our Planeswalkers, a couple of Teferis, we've got Jace, we've got the Wandering Emperor, so a lot of Planeswalkers there. As far as the action side of things, we've got counterspells, regular counterspell, Archmage's Charm, so 8 total counterspells in the deck, a couple more in the sideboard. And we've got our, typical removal. We've got our Prismatic Ending. We've got our March of Otherworldly Light and some Fire, Ice, Solitude.
Yeah.
So that's basically what Control's trying to do, make our opponent sad and hopefully try to win at the end of the game.
Classic stuff. And I'm Justin. I'll be playing Indomitable Creativity. So the whole point of the deck is to create a lot of tokens and create a lot of 2-for-1 opportunities. And then the main part of the deck is actually the namesake, Indomitable Creativity, where I'll be targeting any number of tokens on the board. And hopefully those tokens will flip into, I'm playing the Archon of Cruelty version of the deck, which will essentially put Archons onto the battlefield, hopefully put me in a winning position or win the game on the spot. That's about it.
That's right, and those things are very scary when they are in play and attacking you for lethal damage most of the time. I like that card, I like these videos, and if you like these videos, hit that thumbs up button to let us know, as well as subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, tell a friend. Does mean a lot to us. Down in the description, you can find our Patreon if you want to help support us in any way. And leave a comment. Let us know what kind of decks you want to see in the future or what you liked about these games here. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and see who's going first. I've got an 8.
I've got a 5.
All right, I'll be first.
You got it.
And hopefully I draw cards that aren't terrible.
We'll see.
Give me 4 lands and 3 counterspells. It's not 4 lands and 3 counterspells, but I'll keep it.
This is an interesting one. I think it's worth trying, so I'll keep.
All right, so going into game 1, I have an okay hand. I've got 3 lands, a Flooded Strand, a Steam Vents, and a Celestial Colonnade. So I've got all my colors. I got everything I need with that. Just need to draw a few more throughout this game. As far as the spells department, I've got a Fire Ice, which is nice. It can either draw me a card or remove some sort of token that Justin might create. I've got a Memory Deluge for later in the game. Pretty good, lets me draw some cards. I've got a Prismatic Ending, which can also get rid of a token or some sort of problematic other permanent like a Renin 6 or a Fable. And I've got Archmage's Charm. So I now have the ability to counter something on turn 3, and hopefully his Indomitable Creativity won't resolve. So I like this hand, just need to draw some more lands and try to find more action. But we got a good start here.
All right, so my hand is okay. I've got 4 lands, starting with the Jund Triome. I've got a Scalding Tarn, a Wooded Foothills, and a Dwarven Mine. But I've also got an Explorer to try and accelerate the board a little bit, get some more lands into play, get ahead. I've also got a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. That might be a good turn 3 play. And a Lightning Bolt. Might end up looting that away, but it's okay to have in the hand.
All right, I'll go ahead and lead things off with a tapped land, the old classic Celestial Colonnade.
That is a classic. Good after that?
Yeah.
All right. That kind of changes my plans. So I'm going to play a Wooded Foothills.
Sure.
And I'm going to tap and sacrifice it, and I'll go get a Steam Vents. Untapped. All right, so with the Steam Vents that I just got, I'm going to make blue and cast Hard Evidence.
That's yeah.
All right, so I'll get the 2 tokens out, and after that, I am done.
You get a Crab and a Clue for 1 mana?
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of permanents. All right. I think here I'm just going to play this Steam Vents tapped And I don't want you to draw cards off of that clue, so I'm just going to exile it now.
All right, you got it.
Pass turn.
I'll untap, upkeep, and draw. Let's go to combat.
Yeah,
I'll hit you for 0.
I'll take it.
I'll play a Scalding Tarn, and I am also going to tap, sack, and fetch, shock a Stomping Grounds.
You got it.
All right, so with the untapped Stomping Grounds, I'm going to make green and a red, we'll say, and I'll cast Explore.
Yeah.
All right, so I will draw, and I get an extra land drop.
Hey, that's not fair.
Let's just put this Jund Triumph. It is Ziorda's Proving Grounds.
Yeah,
It's a Jund
Ziatora.
Triumph.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. I'm just glad it wasn't running 6, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
I have a Flooded Strand that I'll play.
Sure.
And then I am all set here. I'll just pass the turn.
All right. I will untap, upkeep,
Yep,
and draw.
you got it.
Let's see. Let's just start it out with a Dwarven Mine. And since I have 3 other mountains, it will trigger.
Yep, you get a dwarf. Nothing I can do about that.
Untapped as well. What? I will then attempt to cast a Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
Fable of the Mirror Breaker is unfortunate, but yeah, you got it.
All right.
You get a very nice Goblin Shaman token.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. It's impossible to find the actual tokens, so we got a nice 2/2 here.
Yep.
And whenever it attacks, it makes a treasure, of course. After that, I am done. I won't attack this time.
All right. At the end of your turn, I'll go ahead and sacrifice my Flooded Strand. I'll grab a basic island.
Sure.
All right, and then still at the end of your turn here, I'll go ahead and pay 3 mana. And I couldn't really counter that. I really need this card draw, so I'm going to draw 2 cards.
All right. You don't want my crab?
As much as I do want your crab, I don't want your crab at the same time. So.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll just play a Misty Rainforest as my land for the turn. And then I think we'll just pass the turn here.
All right. I will untap, upkeep, and draw.
Yep.
And on my draw, we'll go to our second Saga. And I can discard up to 2. And if I will draw as many cards as I discard. I think in this situation, I'm going to discard 2 cards. It'll be a Lightning Bolt and a Dwarven Mine.
Yep.
And I'll draw 2. Okay, let's start by going to combat.
You got it.
I will declare these 2 as my attackers.
Yep.
We'll get
So
a
when that
trigger.
attacks, you get your treasure, and I have no blocks to make, so I'll take 3.
All right. That sounds good to me. Let's see. What else do we got here? Well, you got 4 mana there.
I do have 4 mana.
You do have 4 mana.
These are true statements.
Let's play a tapped Blood Crypt,
Yep.
and I'll pass the turn.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, I'll sacrifice my Misty Rainforest, and I'll grab another basic island. And at the end of your turn, I'm going to draw 2 cards in a different way this time. Use Memory Deluge, look at the top 4 cards in my library, and pick 2 of them.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right. All right, I want that one, and as weird as it is, I think I also want that one. Go to my turn?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I'll just play a Hollowed Fountain tapped here.
Sure.
I got nothing else to do, so I'll pass.
All right. On your end step, I'm going to make blue and 2 red, and I'm going to cast Prismari Command.
Yep.
I'm going to choose the modes, create a treasure token, and target player, me, will draw 2 and discard 2.
You got it.
We'll just Draw the 2.
Get
Thank
another
you.
treasure. Discard 2.
Yeah, let's discard hard evidence and let's get rid of a Scalding Turn.
Sure.
All right, and let's go to my turn.
That's good with me.
All right, untap, upkeep, and draw.
That's fine.
My Fable will trigger on its 3rd here, and it will flip.
Yep.
And I'll have a 2/2.
You got a 2/2.
All right. Let's start out by going to combat.
Yep.
I will swing 3, trigger.
Yep, you get another treasure.
This is nice.
And I'll take 3.
All right. You've got a lot of mana up.
I have 4 mana available.
I think I'm okay just passing the turn here.
Alright, at the end of your turn, let's go ahead and use some of this mana. I want to do 2 damage to your Reflection of Kikijiki.
That's fine.
Alright, we'll fire it down. And then go to my turn?
Sure.
Alright. Alright. I think I'll just pass the turn here.
Okay. I'll untap, upkeep,
Yep,
and draw.
you got it.
All right. Start it like all the others. Combat.
Maybe a little bit risky, but I kind of want to stop getting hit every turn.
I'm liking it. Come on.
I'm going to pay 3 mana.
Okay.
I actually want to gain control of the Goblin Shaman token
Um.
at the beginning of combat here.
Yeah, you can have the token.
All right.
That's fine. Well,
Would you like to attack me?
I'll pass.
All right.
So let's go to my second main phase.
Yep.
And let's see, gotta count my mana a little bit here. Let's start with another Fable.
You got it.
All right, so I'll get another token.
We only have the one, so
Yeah.
we're going to pretend that this is one of those as well.
Yeah.
It's a shaman. Oh, no, it's a samurai, but
That's all good. It doesn't have vigilance
it
either.
does not.
And what's my next play? I don't think that's the play here. We'll just play an Arid Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
And how many cards are in your hand?
I've got a lot. I've got 6.
Oh. Okay. Let's do.
I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't done much this game.
One, two. Yeah, well, X equals. No. Okay. Let's start this by. Let's just fetch, and I'll get a basic mountain.
Okay.
So this turn's a little risky, but let's start it out. Well, finish it out. By X equals 2,
Okay.
we'll cast Indomitable Creativity targeting the crab and the dwarf.
Targeting the crab and the dwarf. Well, I have a bad feeling that you have 1 mana open, and my counterspell's going to get countered by something, but I'm going to try to counter your spell.
I'll spell pierce it.
Yeah, so I guess what I'll do is be sad.
Be sad. Okay. All right.
Am I going to be sad? I think I actually have to Solitude.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm going to pitch it to Fairy. So I'll exile the crab so you don't gain any life.
What? Come on, man. I want the 1.
And then you'll still get one of the things, which is very bad for me.
This will exile, and I will reveal from the top, and it is the 2nd card.
Yep.
So that'll enter the battlefield.
You can have that one now.
Thank you. And
I lose 3, you gain 3.
yep,
I have to discard a card.
you do, and I get to draw a card.
Yeah. I don't want to discard any of these cards. And discard this counter spell though.
All right, and I will draw the card. All right, I think I am tapped out, so I'll pass.
All right. Oh, that's a good draw.
No, it isn't.
How many cards do you have? 2?
I have 2, yep.
I'm gonna play a Solitude.
Target the Archon?
Yeah, you can gain 6 more.
Hey, so much for all that fetching and shocking, right?
I'll pass.
Alright. I'll draw for turn, and this will trigger.
Yep.
And I get to loot twice.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to discard a Fire Ice.
Yep, and draw a
And
card.
draw 1. And let's see. Let's play a Dwarven Mine,
Yeah.
and I'll get a Dwarf.
You got it.
And you'll never know what I top decked. Transmogrify.
Yep.
I'll target the new Dwarf.
You got it.
All right, so that will exile the Dwarf.
Yep.
And
another Archon's coming to play.
another Archon is coming out. We'll see how deep we get. We're getting pretty deep. All
There
right,
it is.
there's the Archon. Do you want to look through any of this?
Nope.
All right, you know the list.
I'm gonna sacrifice my Solitude and lose 3 life.
You got it.
And discard a card.
Yep.
That's pretty bad for me.
This game has turned a quick corner for me.
What do I want to discard?
And this will just be my draw.
I guess this buys me a turn and this doesn't necessarily, so I'm gonna discard an Archmage's Charm.
All right, I'll draw this card and go to combat.
Yep.
I will swing and make a treasure token.
I'm taking 2.
And that is all I got for the turn.
Alright.
I know that's it, right?
Well, how about another Solitude?
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be hard to beat you because you're at 31, but
Yeah.
I'm not dead. I'll pass.
I'll tell you what. There's a card in my hand.
Do you have another creativity?
How much land do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This is also a creature now.
Oh, yep. This will trigger. This will become the creature.
Do you have another creativity here?
I don't have a creativity, but I will fetch a Dwarven Mine.
Yep.
And we'll go get that.
I really hope he doesn't have any more Archons because that was my last Solitude. It's been going okay being able to Solitude every single turn, get rid of an Archon. Stop playing Archons. I'm out of Solitudes. This is it.
All right, Austin. I see the third Solitude. How about I raise you a third Archon? This time I'll hardcast it. All right, you ready for this one?
I no.
All right, that's 8 mana, and I've got my 2 black
What do you need?
sources.
2 black.
Archon.
I'm gonna lose 3 life and sacrifice Solitude
All
and
right.
discard my last card.
I'll just draw a card for good measure, right?
And there's a 2/2 on the board that's ready to kill me.
Yeah. I will attack.
I'll die here. Let's go to the sideboard and then get into game 2.
All right, good game.
All right, so going into the sideboard here, I'm taking out some things that are a little slow, and if I'm using them, it means I've already taken quite a hit, and I want to try to prevent that hit from happening.
That makes sense.
So goodbye Wandering Emperor, goodbye Jace. They're good at bouncing Archon, but I want to try to not let Archon even enter play.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing in some extra counter magic. I've got a Dovin's Veto, nice to make it so that can't get countered back, and a couple Flusterstorms that way. Even if there's a counter back, hopefully the Flusterstorm will be enough to get through with enough spells cast in a turn.
That makes sense. I'm bringing in some pretty, I think, obvious cards. The difficult part of this is what to cut. Bolt is really nice when I want to get aggressive, and it's also nice to just keep damage in if I run a 6 ult. But I think I'm just going to cut all 4 because I'm playing 2 Fire and Ice, and that can just take the place as the finisher spell if needed. But yeah, of course I'm bringing in Veils. Those are going to be really good against everything, including Dovin's Veto. And then Mystical Dispute is actually really good to use proactively and defensively. So that's going to be really nice. And then I'm playing 3 Prismari Commands main deck, so I'm just going to cut one of those, and hopefully I can keep the deck nice and lean and try and tap you out on your turn and resolve my spells on mine.
Yep, sounds good. And let's go ahead and get into game 2.
All right.
All right, game 2. I'll go first again.
You got it.
Hopefully I draw a couple more lands this game.
See how many crabs I get to hit you with.
Oh, how about no lands? How does that sound?
That sounds good on my end. I mean,
I'm going to mulligan.
all right, I'm going to keep this one. This is actually an incredible hand. All right, I've got 7 cards. It's a 4-lander with 2 Arid Mesas. We've got a Scalding Tarn and a Boseiju. I've also got a Mystical Dispute, Prismari Command, and then the best card that holds it all together, I've also got a Wrenn and 6. This hand is really reliant on getting that Wrenn and 6 rolling, but I've got some protection for it. I think this is going to be a good hand to keep.
All right, hopefully I can find a better hand here. Yeah, this hand's all right. I wish I could keep 7, but as much as it sucks, I think I have to put this to the bottom.
All right.
All right, so for game 2, I did have to take a mulligan, which is pretty unfortunate, but I do have 3 lands here, and they're decent lands. I've got an island, a glacial fortress, and a flooded strand, so I have access to all my colors again. As far as my 3 spells that I'm keeping, I've got a counterspell, an Archmage's Charm, and a Supreme Verdict. The card I'm putting to the bottom is a Solitude, which is very awkward because Solitude is a great card in this matchup. But I really want these 2 counter spells, and the Supreme Verdict's very important to clean up the board in case I'm unable to counter something. So I like this hand, just need to draw a few extra lands here and see what happens. All right, hopefully things go a little bit better for me, but I'm not super optimistic. I'll go ahead and play a Flooded Strand to start the game.
All right.
Go ahead.
Pass turn? All right. Yeah. We'll draw. And as always, that changed my plan. So I'll play an Arid Mesa. I'm going to fetch and shock a Steam Vents again.
Sure thing.
All right, so I've shocked in my Steam Vents.
Hard evidence, hard evidence.
Yeah. I'll get my crab, I'll get my clue, and that'll be my turn.
All right, well, at the end of your turn, I'll go ahead and sacrifice my Flooded Strand to grab a Rogren Triome.
You got it.
Go
ahead.
Yep, I'll untap and draw a card. I'll play a Glacial Fortress and pass the turn.
Sounds good. I'll untap, upkeep, and draw.
Yep.
And let's see. I think I will just play an Arid Mesa and pass the turn.
No attacks this time. Maybe I have a chance.
Yeah.
I'll draw. I'll go ahead and play an island.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
All right. End step. I'm going to fetch and shock my Arid Mesa, and I'll get a Stomping Grounds.
Sure thing.
All right, I've got my Stomping Ground, and I'm just going to crack my clue and draw a card.
You get your card. I am not going to stifle you.
What? All right, let's go to my turn.
You got it.
Upkeep effects?
Nope.
All right, I'll draw for turn. And you know what?
What?
Let's get a Scalding Tarn. Let's play that.
All right.
And I'm just going to fetch a Snow Mountain.
You got it.
Okay, so I have the mountain now. I'm going to make red, green, and cast a Wrenn and 6.
A Wrenn and 6. Well, that card's pretty problematic. Unfortunately, I think I have to at least try to counter it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll play a counterspell.
All right. Oh, Mystical Dispute your counterspell.
I cannot pay 3.
All right. Wrenn and 6 resolves.
It does.
I'm going to plus him targeting the Scalding Tarn.
You get a land.
And I'll attack for 0.
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
All right. Draw. All right. At least I'm hitting my land ups. I'll just pass the turn, though.
All right. Any upkeep effects?
Nope.
All right, I'll draw. And let's play a Scalding Tarn.
I didn't know you had one of those in your hand.
Oh, plus targeting this Arid Mesa.
You got it.
I'll get that back. And I'm actually just gonna pass the turn.
All right. Well, my hand needs a little bit of help, so I'm gonna try to draw some cards.
That's fine.
All right. I'll draw 2 here. Go to my turn.
Sure.
And draw. All right. I'll play a tapped hallowed fountain.
You got it.
I got nothing else. I'll just pass.
On your end step, I'm gonna cast a Prismari command.
Yep.
And I'll choose the modes Loot and Creative Treasure.
You got it.
All right. 1, 2. And you know what? You know these cards. Oh, well, you know this card. Discard the Arid Mesa and a Scalding Tarn.
Yep. And you get a treasure.
And I get a treasure. And I'm also going to just fetch a Dwarven Mine up with this Scalding Tarn.
You got it.
Get the beatdown started. All right, and this enters untapped, and I have 3 mountains, so I'll get the dwarf.
You got it.
I'll go to my turn.
Sure.
Upkeep. And draw.
You
Just
got
gotta
it.
check, you know?
I'm not tapping your land down with a fire ice here. Not today.
All right, let's start by plussing Ren and 6.
Yep.
We'll target the Scalding Tarn.
Yeah.
And let's go to combat first.
Yep.
Swing in for 1.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll take it here.
What? All right, let's see. So you got a lot of mana
Yeah.
open. I think,
You've got counter spells probably.
yeah.
I have faith.
Let's think here. I think I'm just gonna play a Scalding Tarn
Yep.
and pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap and draw. I don't anticipate this resolving very easily, but I think I have to do it. I don't have much else going on, so how about a Teferi Time Raveler?
Teferi Time Raveler. I'm actually okay with that one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna actually just plus here
Sure.
and pass the turn.
All right. On your end step, I'm going to make a green and a red, and I'm going to channel Boseiju targeting your Triumph.
Sure thing. Do I want to do anything with this mana? No, so that's fine. I'll just grab an untapped Steam Vents.
Sure. All right, and still on your end step, I'm going to sacrifice your my Scalding Tarn and get a Dwarven Mine.
You got it.
All right, so I've got my Dwarf, and go to my turn.
Yep.
All right. Let's untap, upkeep, and draw.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start by plussing Ren and 6, and we'll target the Boseiju.
You got it.
This is the fun loop that everyone loves.
Yeah. Loves.
Love. All right. Let's go to combat
Sure.
and swing 2 at Teferi.
All right. Teferi goes down to 3.
See if that does anything. And how many cards do you have in hand?
I've got 5.
5 cards. Well, I'll play a Veil of Summer.
Sure.
All right, so that'll
Yep. Your spells can't be countered this turn.
resolve. I'll play another Dwarven Mine.
Yep.
Let's get that third dwarf out.
You got it.
And since it's uncounterable, I'm going to cast Creativity X equals 3.
Yep. Against the 3 dwarves, or 2 dwarves and a crab, probably.
Yeah, 2 dwarves and a crab.
All right. I will respond.
Okay.
I'm gonna play a dress down.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna draw a card.
I didn't think of that one.
Oh, normally this would have been a problem. He opens on the Veil of Summer. I can't counter his spell. Plays an Indomitable Creativity, and he's targeting 3 things, which would get 3 Archons. Normally bad. I've got the 1 of Dress Down here. I'm good to go. I've got that Supreme Verdict from my opening hand still. This is great. He didn't expect this, I'm sure.
I'm looking at the board, and his hand is pretty full. I think I'm okay if I get 3 Archons and he wipes the board. I get 3 triggers, I'm really ahead. But lo and behold, he has the one card that really just puts me in the dirt, the one of Dress Down. And I don't think I can recover after that. Pain. Well, I mean, it's for 3 as long as you don't have a verdict, right?
Yep.
So let's just reveal. I wonder what I'm gonna hit.
I think we're gonna see 3 Archons here. There's one.
Oh, there's one.
But they have no abilities this turn.
Do you want to take a look at what is potentially
Nah.
not in my hands?
It's fine. I could figure it out, but that sounds like a... Especially since...
There it is. Not many cards left.
You might have an Archon in your hand here.
All right, let's have those all enter and do nothing.
You have 3 Archons in her.
I do have a Wren at 6
Yeah,
or
you
7
have.
though.
Yeah,
so
you have a scary Wren.
that is a scary Wren. All right, that's done. And these will enter the battlefield and do nothing.
Yep.
And I'm done, so I'll pass.
All right, end step. This goes away.
Yep,
Go to my turn.
sure.
And you'll probably not see this one coming. Is there any reason to instant speed this?
Okay, well, it's a verdict.
It might be a verdict.
What?
I'm just trying to determine if there is any reason to instant speed do this. I guess there's no reason not to. I don't think it's going to help with anything. I'll just plus.
You got it.
And yeah, there's nothing that you could do to stop this.
Bet. Oh.
So pass.
All right, this is rough. Any upkeep effects?
No.
Sure you don't want to tap 2 of your mana? All right, I'll draw, and let's just start off by ulting Wren and 6.
That happens.
All right.
I play Stifle. You've got a Wren emblem,
I have a Wren emblem.
which is kind of scary.
Yeah. All right, now we'll go to combat.
All right, well, at the beginning of combat, we'll go ahead and cast this here Supreme Verdict.
Can I not get a swing in first?
No, we're just going to go ahead and let all those creatures die.
Yeah, you'll wipe the board. Maybe I should have gone for 2, but I was like, I want to make him discard half his
Yeah,
hand.
just lose the game basically
Yeah.
if that resolves.
All right,
Well,
so I'm in.
it did resolve.
It did. I'm in my second main,
Okay.
and we're going to cast another Wren and 6.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
All right, so let me take a look at my graveyard. What are the castable spells? Creativity Veil, Command, some counter magic, and a Hard Evidence. And you know what? This is kind of rough. I don't really know how I efficiently win the game here, other than make sure I don't have a Dwarven Mine in here. Yeah, okay. Well, we can do at least something here. So I'll play a Wooded Foothills.
Yep,
I'm going to crack and get a Dwarven Mine.
sure thing.
All right. I have a Dwarf token now, and I also have a Creativity in my graveyard. So I'm going to use my Emblems ability and retrace Creativity X equals 1, discarding a Wooded Foothills, targeting my Dwarf.
Luckily, I have 1 mana, and I do have a Flusterstorm.
Oh,
So I'm going to counter it a lot.
that's okay. I still have a Wren plus, so I will plus him, and let's figure out what I'm targeting. I think it's just going to be a fetch land. Yep, it's all just fetch lands. So I'll just get a Wooded Foothills back,
You got it.
and that'll be it.
All right. I'll untap and draw. All right. So you still have a Creativity in graveyard, so that's kind of scary. I think here we're gonna go ahead and play a Mystic Gate,
Yeah,
and then I'll pay 5 mana.
sure thing.
Guess I'll leave a blue-white untapped here. Pay 5 mana for Teferi Hero of Dominaria.
That's big Teferi.
I'll go ahead and plus the Teferi to draw a card.
Yeah.
And then I'll plus the Time Raveler.
You got it.
I've got nothing else here, so I'll pass, and on my end step, I get to untap some lands.
Yeah, you do.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, untap, upkeep, draw. And let's start with combat.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing a big Teferi just to keep his ultimate in check.
Yep, that's fine. Teferi will take one.
And let's shock and a Steam Fence.
All right. I'm getting there. Down to 8.
I'm going to cast, what's it called? Veil of Summer.
Yep.
Discarding a Wooded Foothills.
I cannot counter your spells this turn.
All right. Oh, what are you gonna take my stuff? No, it's hexproof too. So all right, X equals 1. I will discard a Blood Crypt and cast Creativity, targeting the dwarf.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay. That's hype. I only have one Archon left, so I'm just gonna flip the whole deck. You want to look through it? I don't think you do.
Nah, we're good.
So that'll enter the battlefield.
It will.
No more dress downs?
No, there's only the one, so I got lucky there. I'm going to go ahead and lose my... am I going to lose Teferi here? First, I'm actually going to respond by just drawing 2 cards.
Sure.
And then I will discard a land here.
You got it.
And I will lose Teferi the Small.
All right. I'll draw a card.
I lose 3 and you gain 3 as well.
Yes, sir. I will then also cast a Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
Yep.
That'll enter. I'll get my beautiful token. I'll put it over here this time.
The beautiful token, that is the Goblin Shaman.
Put this over here. And that leaves me tapped out, but I can still plus my Renin 6, targeting the Blood Crypt.
Sure thing.
And I'll pass.
All right, I'll go to my turn now.
You got it.
And draw. First things first, I'll just plus Teferi here.
Yeah.
Draw my card. And then let's go ahead and cast a Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming.
So we'll destroy those creatures. And then, as much as the Fable's an issue, this Ren is also a pretty big issue.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and exile the Ren in 6 here.
You got it. He's out of there.
I'll go to end step.
Sure.
And I will untap a couple of lands.
Okay. Let's go to my turn.
Yep.
We'll untap. We're going to draw, and this will go to its second phase. I'm going to discard Hard Evidence and Blood Crypt.
Yep.
And we'll draw 2. Okay, so I've got a hand. I've got
got a lot of cards in your graveyard.
A lot of spells in my graveyard, yeah. Let's figure this out. I think you have 2 cards, or 2... How many cards are in your hand?
4.
4 cards in your hand? You got a Teferi ticking up.
Yep.
That's not fun for me.
It's what I need to have a chance here.
Let's just try and start doing this. I'm going to pay 3, discard a Scalding Tarn, and cast Prismari Command. Modes 2 damage, targeting Teferi, and create a treasure token.
I will attempt to counter it.
I will respond, paying a green, discarding a Wooded Foothills.
Yep.
And casting Veil of Summer.
Sure.
Retracing that.
So you draw a card.
I'll draw a card.
My counterspell doesn't do anything.
Yes, sir.
Teferi will then take 2, and you'll get your treasure.
I'll get a treasure. All right, so I was hoping you didn't have a response there, but let's see. How can I make this work?
Yeah, I need to get rid of your lands. Now that there's no Ren bringing them back every turn, at least I can try to battle that part of it.
Yeah, it's kind of rough because I need a Ren. Otherwise, I can't keep
Good
fighting.
thing he doesn't give you a Ren's retrace.
Yeah, and I don't have a way to get my Archons back. But I think Teferi's an immediate problem, so I'm just gonna discard a Triumph and cast Prismari Command. We'll choose 2 damage, and I'm gonna loot.
Okay.
So I'll discard this.
Teferi goes down to 1.
And let's loot. And I'm gonna discard Explore and Spell Pierce.
Yep.
Because those are spells. And I will finish it off by making red, sacking the treasure,
Fire.
casting fire, 1 you, 1 Teferi.
Yep. I take 1, Teferi takes 1 and dies.
All right, it was kind of all in, but that's all I've got for the turn.
All right, my turn.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll untap. You have 1 card left.
1 card.
Is Besaiger in your graveyard right now?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I think I'll just pass the turn.
You've really juiced my deck for everything it's got.
Yep, I tried to exhaust all your resources this time.
Let's draw.
And you got a flipped Fable.
Yes, sir. This bad boy's gonna be swinging for 2, maybe.
Next turn.
All right. This is really. I'm not a big fan of this because I only have 1 green source right now, but I'm gonna cast my Explore.
Yep.
So I'll draw a card. And what do you know? I have an extra land drop. What?
You have another green source in your hand.
That's true. that's true. Let's cast a Hard Evidence.
Hard Evidence.
You gonna Flusterstorm me?
Hard Evidence is pretty annoying, honestly. I think, as weird as this is, I'm just going to counter it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's fine. I'll pass the turn.
At the end of your turn, I'll cast a fire and finish off the Kiki Jiki.
Oh, no. Well, is this my point where I counter? I don't have a hard counter, so I think I will cast the Mystical Dispute by discarding Boseiju.
Yep. I cannot pay 3.
That's all I got.
All right, I'll untap and draw. I'll play a land. And
Good land. 2 cards, though.
I'm just going to play the Solitude now. We'll exile that. You'll gain 2 life.
Yes, sir.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right, this is exiled. Go to my turn. This is getting grindy.
Yep. There's no more Dwarven Mines, so I've got that going for me as well.
That's true, that's true. I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap and draw. Go to combat. Attack for 3.
Let's just take it.
All right. You take 3. I gain 3. I'll play Scary Teferi.
Shoot. All right, well, I have to respond to that one.
Yep.
I'm going to discard Wooded Foothills, and I'm going to cast Fire from my graveyard. 2 damage targeting the Solitude.
Yep. The Solitude will get fired here and die.
All right.
Teferi resolves.
Yes, sir.
Comes in at the 4 loyalty. I'll play Scalding Tarn as my land for the turn.
Ooh.
And I'll just plus Teferi here and pass the turn.
All right. Here we go. Top deck.
I mean, lands are like good top decks, kind of.
Yeah, no, it's better than what I just drew. Go ahead.
End of your turn, I'll go ahead and sacrifice my Scalding Tarn and grab a basic island.
Yeah, that's fine.
And at the end of the turn, I'll go ahead and pay 4 mana to scry 2.
Yes, sir.
Well, those don't do anything. So
That's what I like to see.
I'll untap and draw. That also doesn't really do anything. I'll just plus and pass.
All right. I'll draw. And I'm just going to pass again.
All right, I'll scry 2.
Yeah.
Those are both bad. Go to my turn.
Yeah.
Untap. Draw. Oh, that's a clock. Hall of the Storm Giants.
Yikes.
I will plus the Teferi.
Can you relax?
And go ahead.
We'll go to my turn, draw, and that's another worst possible. You know what?
I have a feeling you're drawing counter spells.
I'm gonna ice your castle.
Ice my castle.
Yeah,
Well, I'll scry 2 in response.
sure, that's fine.
I'll bottom 1, keep this one on top.
All good.
Did you draw your card?
Draw. All right, well, I'll cast a Fable.
Yep.
That'll get my little dude, and then I will be done.
At the end of your turn, I'll pay a white, red, and a blue.
Yeah.
And I'll prismatic ending the Fable.
Pain is existence.
And then I'll untap.
Go ahead.
And draw. Let's draw another one by minusing Teferi from 7 down to 4.
It's looking rough.
I'll play a Flooded Strand as my land for the turn. And then you're at 10.
I am.
I'll just pass the turn.
All right. Makes sense. Hold up. Counter magic if you've got it. We'll play another Fable.
Yep.
I'll get the Shaman back. You're going to bounce it, aren't you? And I'll pass.
At the end of the turn, I'm going to sacrifice the Flooded Strand and grab an untapped Hollowed Fountain. And then I'll pay 10 mana.
Oh.
And I'm going to cycle my Shark Typhoon.
That's on the end of your turn, huh?
At the end of your turn, yep.
Or my turn, yeah. That's
So I'll
That's
make
good.
an 8/8 Shark and draw a card.
yeah. I think that's the game, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because what we're going to do is we're going to simply bounce your token,
Yes, sir.
activate the Hall of the Storm Giants, and attack for 15.
Yep. That'll be lethal. Good game.
Good game. Let's get to the final game
Two
of this
creativities,
gauntlet.
man. Ah, you got it.
All right. I'm guessing you're going to be going first this time.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little bit rougher for me.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't felt the luxury of going first yet today, so I'll take it. Oof. This hand is so risky. I don't think it's worth it, though. I'm going to mulligan.
I'll keep my hand. It's fine. All right, so going into game 3, another 3-lander, just like all my other hands. I'm 50-50 on whether or not I win. Hopefully this one goes in my favor. Got a Rogran Triumph, a Steam Vents, and a Celestial Colonnade. So a little bit awkward that I have 2 tapped lands. Hopefully it doesn't cost me. I've got a Fire Ice, a Prismatic Ending, a Flusterstorm, and a Solitude. This hand is great. I've got a counterspell, I've got interaction in terms of fire and ice, as well as the Prismatic Ending, and finally I have a Solitude. So not much more I can ask for in this hand. I like where we're at.
All right, so I'm going to mold a 6.
Hopefully you
Yes,
find some better cards.
I have faith in myself.
You got lands this time?
I got lands and spells. I'll keep this one, and let's bottom this card. Okay, my mulligan to 6. I got to keep a decent hand. I ended up with a Steam Vents, an Arid Mesa, a Foothills, and a Stomping Ground, so a 4-lander again. I also had an Indomitable Creativity, an Explorer, and of course, the Wrenn and 6. This time, I think I'm okay keeping 3 lands, so I'm just going to put the Steam Vents to the bottom. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start out with an Arid Mesa and pass.
What?
I know, right? No crap.
No evidence
I didn't get to draw.
of the hard variety? Oh, yeah. It's always the draw that you got it
Yeah.
on. All right, let's go ahead and lead off on a Rogran Triumph.
Sure.
Go ahead.
All right, on your end step, I'm going to sack the Arid Mesa and get a Teamer Triumph. All right, let's go to my turn.
All right.
We'll untap that, we'll draw. And let's shotgun a Stomping Ground
Sure thing.
and cast a Wrenn and 6.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll plus the Wrenn and 6, target the Arid Mesa, and I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap and draw. All right. Let's pay 2 life of our own
Okay.
and make 2 colors, one of them being white. and cast Prismatic Ending on the Wrenn and 6 that's already in exile.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Go ahead.
I had hope. I'll draw. With this turn, I think I'm just going to play a Scalding Tarn.
Yep.
I'll cast and explore.
You got it.
Okay, so I will draw and get another land draw. And we'll play that Arid Mace that you know about.
Sure.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap. And I'll draw. I'll play a tapped Celestial Colonnade.
Sure.
And I got nothing else. Go ahead.
Okay. On your end step, I'm going to use both of these fetches. I'm just going to get the Jund Triome and a Dwarven Mine. All right, I'll have the Jund Triome enter first so that the Dwarven Mine checks and I get the Dwarf. Go to my turn.
Yep.
I'll draw for turn. And
promptly concede.
promptly play a Wooded Foothills.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fetch with the Wooded Foothills and get another Dwarven Mine.
You got it.
I will then cast Indomitable Creativity, X equals 1, targeting the new dwarf.
Alright, so the safest thing for me to do, well, not the safest, okay, we've got a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
You have green mana available, which means you could have that, you could also have that.
I could also have that.
It could be a Veil of Summer, it could be a Spell Pierce, it could be a Mystical Dispute. I have one card that beats two of those three cards. I have another card that beats a different two of those three cards.
You're giving away information here now.
Or do I? I am giving away information, I guess. Alright, let's... If you got the Spell Pierce, you got the Spell Pierce. I'm going to play Fire. 1 damage to each of your dwarves.
See, this is where I see I made a misplay. Yeah, that'll resolve.
Alright. Your dwarves die.
Yeah, I should have fetched later. I'll pass the turn.
Alright, I'll untap and draw. Alright, there we go. I'll play a Flooded Strand. And I'll play a Teferi.
Sure.
After that, I'll just plus the Teferi up to 5 and pass the turn.
I'll draw for my turn. And let's cast Fable.
Yep.
All right.
You get the
goblin
nice
token
Goblin Shaman.
for a turn. We'll pass the turn.
At the end of your turn, I'll pay a life to grab an untapped Hallowed Fountain.
Sure.
And at the end of the turn, I'll pay a white mana to exile your Shaman.
Oh, not even bouncing it.
Nope, it's just going to go away.
Sounds good. That's
Untap
a show of strength.
I'll play Hall of the Storm Giants.
Yikes.
Or Hall of Storm Giants, not even the.
Sure.
I'll plus the Teferi here. And pass the turn.
Okay. Go to my turn. I'll
Yep.
draw. We'll go to the second saga. And I think we'll just discard a Fire Ice and draw a card.
Sure thing.
Yeesh. I'll pass the turn.
At the end of your turn, I'll pay 3 different colors of mana,
Sure.
and I'll exile the Fable.
Yeah. Do you know what? Oh yeah, you hit the token last time.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Alright, I'll untap and draw. I'll plus the Teferi and just pass the turn again.
We'll just keep drawing and passing.
Sure. Then I'll draw. I'll plus my Teferi again and pass the turn right back.
We'll just keep doing this, huh?
Playing the game.
Yes, sir. I'll play Wooded Foothills.
Yep.
And do you have 4 cards in hand?
I do.
Let's pass the turn.
At the end of your turn, I'll pay 2 mana
Okay.
for a Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah.
When it comes in, I'll target my Fire Ice.
Sure.
And then I'll pay 2. And then I'll try to tap down your Ketria Triumph
Ketria Triumph?
and draw a card.
That's fine.
Alright. Go to my turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll untap and draw. That's exiled. I'll play a Flooded Strand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to combat.
Sure.
I'll attack for 2.
I'll take it.
Alright. I think we're just going to keep plussing this to Teferi.
Yeah.
Right up to 9. I'll pass the turn.
We'll just go to my turn. Not going to fetch and draw. Well, play a Scalding Tarn.
Yep.
You know, now's as good a time as any. Honestly, why not? Let's just start out by casting Veil.
Casting Veil. Let's at least make you pay some mana for it. I'll Flusterstorm.
So that's
So-
X equals 2.
Yep, there'll be 2 spells, so gotta pay 2 if you want your Veil to resolve.
I'll pay 2.
Okay. Your spells cannot be countered this turn.
I don't like that. You know what? I'm gonna pass.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right. At the end of your turn, I'll go ahead and sacrifice the Flooded Strand, and I will grab Rafine's headquarters or something like that. I don't know. Well, it might not be what a headquarters, but it is a tower.
We'll get that awkward turn out of the way.
All right. I'll play a tapped Hallowed Fountain,
Yeah.
and I'll go to combat.
Yep.
I'll attack for 2.
I'm just gonna take it.
All right. Snapcaster beats and plus Teferi.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Okay. End step. I'll sack my Scalding Tarn and get my 3rd Dwarven Mine.
Sure thing.
All right. I've got my Dwarf token and go to my turn.
Yep.
Draw. Let's go to combat.
Okay.
I'll swing it to Teferi.
You're gonna swing at the 10 loyalty to Teferi?
Yeah,
All right, he's down to 9.
All right, let's see. Let's start with making 3 red and casting Fable.
Yep, you got a Fable.
All right, Fable's gonna enter. I'm gonna get a Shaman. That baddie over there. There's a specific card I'm very afraid of. But I think I can afford to wait another turn. So I'm gonna wait another turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, I would like to pay 2 mana.
Sure.
And I'll cast a Snapcaster Mage.
Bruh.
I'm going to target the Prismatic Ending. And then I'm going to ending the Fable.
Bruh. Yeah, you got it.
Go to my turn.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I'll untap and draw. I'll go to combat.
Sure.
I'll attack for 4.
I'm just gonna take all of it.
All right, getting down there.
Yeah.
Into the danger zone. 7 mana.
No.
Take an extra turn? No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa, okay.
Spicy list.
Hello.
I think here We'll just play a little bit safe
Yeah.
and return my Snapcaster.
Oh, oh no.
And draw a card.
Oh god. What's in your grave again?
There's a prismatic ending and a flusterstorm of note.
Jesus. All right. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
I will pass the turn.
All right. You know what? On my end step, I'll fetch and get my last dwarf of mine.
Sure.
I've got my dwarf. Let's go to my turn.
You got it.
It's got to be something magical right here.
Oh, we are playing Magic.
Yeah. I'll play an Iron Mesa.
Yep.
And this is my last opportunity to veil.
Veil. That is annoying. I guess I'll play a Snapcaster.
Okay.
And I'll target the Flusterstorm.
Sure.
And I'll cast the Flusterstorm.
Okay, so that's X equals
3.
All right, so this is a predicament because you've got a lot of creatures that are potentially available to you. But I think I have to do it. I have to pay.
Okay, pay 3.
I'll pay the 3.
You
Is
got
that
it.
good?
It resolves.
Sweet. I'm going to fetch with my Air Mesa, getting the basic mountain out of my deck.
Sure.
All right, so I've got my mountain. I got my 4 mana. We're going to cast Transmogrify. Let's target one of the dwarves.
Well, whatever dwarf you're targeting, I'm going to do a Solitude, exiling it to Fairy.
Yeah, I'll gain a life.
You gain 1 life. My Solitude goes to the guard.
Well, I think you've got 4 in the air, but I'll just pass the turn and...
I do have a Celestial Colonnade.
Yeah.
It might be a real Magic card. You have nothing in the air. This is 4/4 flyer, so we'll get you in the air for 4.
You got me. Good games.
Good games.